Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Chris and today I'm going to be sharing with you my Yesware review. This is my fifth attempt at filming this, so let's hope that this is the one that I can finally use. What is Yesware? Yesware is an email marketing tool which you can use for effective automated cold email campaigns and account management. It's pretty cool. Here's some cool information about Yesware as well. I was not aware of how big it was. 1.25 million users is tons. Feel free to peruse this at your leisure later. These are the primary features. So these are not all of them, but these are the kind of the reasons why probably you're interested in Yesware, or maybe you're looking to use it, or maybe you already are using it. So the first one is cold email campaigns. If you were to use MailChimp or MailJet or any of the kind of normal email providers, you'll find out very quickly that if you send a cold email campaign, they will lock your account and you'll get thrown out. So instead, you would use something like emails. When you send the emails, of course, you still get sophisticated tracking, and that's the second feature that I'd like to talk about here. The tracking includes, I think, deliverability, open rates, click-through rates, and we'll talk more about that later. But that's a super handy thing, not just for cold email campaigns, but even just in your day-to-day email activity, to see if a prospective client or prospective lead has seen your email, opened your email, and maybe even clicked your email is very powerful. So that's pretty cool. The third part, or the third feature, is that there's an integrated calendar. This is a feature that I probably did not use as much as I should have, but if you're somebody who schedules a lot of meetings or schedules a lot of calls, then the integrated calendar is going to be very handy for you. Next, we've got the automated follow-up emails and campaigns. Again, we'll talk more about this later, but for now, it's a very, very important and very cool feature that you can send automated emails in case, for example, somebody didn't open your first one or didn't click on your first one. You can then send an email to that person or even the group of people. The final primary feature is that you can save templates. So Yesware allows you to save templates. If you find yourself, like myself, writing the same email over and over and over again, then you can save it as a template, and with one click, it's at your disposal whenever you want to send it. So that's pretty cool. Next, we have the good and the bad. So the good, Yesware is super easy to set up. The learning curve is barely one at all. If you know what a CSV is, if you've used Gmail before, or even Outlook, then Yesware is going to be something that you can figure out pretty quickly. The second point is that it works from within Gmail or Outlook. So this is not like a dashboard somewhere on Yesware.com. It's not a local app you need to download. It's literally a little button that appears in your Gmail account. You can then click on that button, and from within Gmail, you can start sending out your campaigns. Super helpful. I have to admit, I've not used Yesware in Outlook, so it might be a little bit different there. I'm guessing, like me, you're going to be using it in Gmail, in which case, rest assured, it's a very cool user experience. The next part is you can send campaigns with up to 2,000 recipients. This is a huge amount if you compare it to most other providers. Then 2,000 is super good. And for most people, if you're sending cold email campaigns, 2,000 is more than enough. So that's really handy. The fourth point is that you can upload your customer data as a CSV. So the way you would do that is simply you would have, say, 3 or 4 columns. One would be with the email address. The next one would be with a name. The next one might be with some sort of business name. And then finally, it might be the amount of Facebook likes they have or some other data that you're trying to include in the email. You would then label each column appropriately, include the information as requested, and then you can upload it to Yesware, and Yesware will automatically mail merge or fill in the information from your CSV into your email. So it's really cool and allows for kind of very unique and very personalized emails, which is really key to your success. Next, we got the easy follow-ups. I kind of mentioned that already, so I won't spend too much time on that. Next point. This is super underrated. They have great customer service. So you're going to include problems with any tool. You're going to encounter things you don't understand with any new solution that you use. And Yesware's customer service is super quick. Get back to me, even though I'm in Europe, very, very quickly. So highly recommend it for that. Next is the price. So their pricing is super reasonable. It starts at $12, goes up to $55. If you're anything like me, you'll probably use the $25 option, which is in the middle, the Pro plan, which gives you access to the campaigns and a ton of other features. Given the value that you're getting from it, it's more than enough. It's great value for money. It's really impressive, actually. Finally, great tracking and analytics. We've talked about this before already, but you do get good reporting with your email campaigns. And if you're sending cold email campaigns on a regular basis, you really should be A/B testing, and it allows you to do that very effectively. Really highly recommend you at least play around with your subject line, or just try and A/B test as much as possible, because with emails, the volume of emails that you send over the course of a year, it really will make a big difference to your bottom line. So there's the good. Next, let's move on to the bad. Take these with a big pinch of salt. I'm a big fan of Yesware. I think in order to have balance, you kind of need both. So I did include the things that I consider to be not perfect, or things that I would want to know about before I kind of gave them my money. But none of these are deal breakers. This is go with Yesware. Yesware is a good solution if you're trying to send cold email campaigns. So the first point is that the campaign is limited to 2,000. And I know what you're thinking. Well, a minute ago you were so happy about the 2,000 recipients. What changed? The 2,000 recipients limit seems really arbitrary. So if you're in Gmail, the daily sending limit, as far as I understand it, is 10,000 emails per day. And the question is, why does Yesware not just allow 10,000? Like, why not just increase it? Because the alternative is that you now have to send 5 campaigns. And that's a bit of a pain in the ass, especially if you have to do it every day. Of course, hopefully you're not sending 10,000 a day, but it does seem pretty arbitrary, and it's just, why not just increase it from 2,000 to 10,000 and let us all get on with our lives? So there you go. The second thing is that the URLs in email campaigns sent with Yesware include Yesware tracking parameters. So if you have potentially more sophisticated recipients that might hover over the URL to see what it really is underneath, then they will see that actually there's a ton of Yesware tracking parameters, which kind of makes it look a bit suspicious, especially if it's a cold email campaign. Trust is super important, and that can be a bit of a pain. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but just something to keep in mind. Thirdly, adding TLDs is a bit more difficult. So if you're like me, if you're planning on sending cold email campaigns, you absolutely should not be using your .com or your primary domain name, because what will happen is that even if you send great emails, even if you add a lot of value, even if you do a great job, there will be people who just send you to spam just because you had the audacity to send them a cold email, and that's their right. They're allowed to do that. That's totally fine. I'm not having a go at them, but you should, if that happens, and when that happens, the reputation of your domain will suffer. And what would happen then is that if you send transactional emails, or you send important emails from that domain just in your day-to-day, you will find that more and more and more of them land in the spam folder, and that's a nightmare. So instead, what you should do is you should use a different TLD. So for example, if I'm going to be sending out an email campaign from cgrundy.com or for my business, I wouldn't be using chris@cgrundy.com as an email address. Instead, I would be using a localized TLD. So say I wanted to send an email campaign to people in the UK, I would then use cgrundy.co.uk as the sender email address. And that has the big advantage of first of all, protecting my primary domain, and second of all, it's localized, right? So you're more likely to trust emails that come from a local domain rather than one that comes from abroad. So that's something to keep in mind. Finally, the final bad point is that you cannot include attachments. So if you want to send 200 people your really cool and sexy presentation, you cannot use Yesware for that. Unless they've changed it in the last couple of days and I missed it, it is not possible to send attachments like PDFs in Yesware. Is it going to move? Yes, it is. Cool. So now you have the information, the good and the bad. How would you use this? So this is something that I've used in the past, and it works very, very well. It's not super cheap, but it's very quick, and you can automate it. So if you're planning on scaling, then this is a great way of doing it. So first, let's take it a little bit slower. First, we have builtwith.com. Builtwith.com is an online directory where you pay a fee, and you can then search the online directory by region, by country, and by technology. There are a bunch of other parameters or a bunch of other filters that you can use, but those are the ones that I've used, and those are the ones that I would recommend. So say, for example, you wanted to find a list of URLs, a list of domains that had .co.uk TLD. So yeah, builtwith.co.uk or any domain with a UK TLD, and then you wanted to find the same domains, but only the ones that have, say, Hotjar installed, right? That would be very powerful, especially if you're reaching out to a certain type of client that might, be happy to spend, the money on Hotjar in the UK. Then this is a way to do it. You would then go to Builtwith, put in you want a .co.uk TLD, and you want only domains that use that use Hotjar, and you could then download that list, and you would then have a ready CSV. Right, so that was I probably didn't do that justice. Make sure to comment in below if that made no sense at all. But hopefully at this point, you would then have a long list of CSV. So you would have a long list in a CSV of domains with the tld.co.uk that use Hotjar. What you can then do is you can run it through hunter.io. Hunter.io is an email finder, and they have a bulk finding tool. So you can then upload a huge list of domains, and Hunter will find you the email addresses. Right, so Hunter was simple, built with not so much. I have a feeling I kind of made mince of that, but fingers crossed. Let me know. So at this point, after Hunter, you have a list of targeted domains, relatively targeted domains, and their email addresses. You can then run them through Yesware to send off your cold campaign. So that's how you would use Yesware. That's how you would get potentially some email addresses. There are many other ways to get email addresses that are potentially even better than this. But if you're looking to get started, if you're looking for a way to find email addresses, then this is a way I would recommend. Right. You know what? Even if this wasn't very good, I'm going to use it because it's getting late, and I'm going to go mad, and I'm running out of beer as well. So this is my Yesware review. Thank you very much. Subscribe for more, and yeah, thank you very much.